If you are feeling ignored, shut down, interrupted during these debates, arguments with your partner, then today's video is for you. Hey, I'm Tessa. I'm not a therapist. I'm just a girl who started a journal at one of the lowest points in my life and ended up keeping that journal for now 18 years. And over the course of those 18 years, I learned so much about hardships and life and God and how we don't need to be scared of our hardships. And we also shouldn't be coping with them either. We should actually be using them as the very things that help us become like the most happiest, fulfilled version of ourselves. Long story short, now people actually send me their journals. I get journals for all kinds of things, big and small, and everything in between. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing somebody's journal and then my response to it. So let's do it. My husband and I had a little argument, not a big blow up, just one of those moments that left me feeling frustrated and unseen. We were talking about our garden, and every time I started sharing an idea, he cut me off with his ideas. It happened once, then twice, and by the third time, I was so frustrated, I finally said, I would like to finish what I'm trying to say. Please stop interrupting me. He didn't like that. His whole energy shifted, and he kind of challenged me, like, okay, go. So I finished my thought, and when I said I was done, he immediately went, now you need to not interrupt me. And he launched into his idea. I felt so dismissed. I wasn't trying to argue, I just wanted to feel like my thoughts mattered too. Looking back, I realized the only time I actually did interrupt him was when I was getting frustrated that he kept interrupting me. I know this probably isn't a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but it bothers me. I think part of it is that in his family, everyone talks over each other constantly. It's normal for them. And for me, I just shut down because I don't want to fight for space to be heard. I don't know how to break that pattern. I don't want to be the kind of person who either stuffs my thoughts down or explodes in frustration. All right, now here's my response using the Fortitude Framework. I'm sorry about the frustrating experience with the conversation with your husband about gardening. I know that never feels good, right? Like when you and the person you care about, whether that's a friend or your husband or anyone, when it just like ends, like you can tell that both of you don't feel good about how it went. And I know that's just never a fun place to be. And so I'm sorry about that whole situation. So as far as the Fortitude Framework goes, though, is that it perfectly helps situations like that. So you don't have to have situations like that. And if you do have situations like that, it actually helps resolve them when they do happen. So it keeps them from happening, but also resolves them when they do happen. So I'm going to kind of like show you how that works. As you guys were talking about the garden, right? You know, you said your husband, he just kept interrupting you, and like he would share ideas whenever you would try to share an idea. And I know that's so frustrating, right? You're like, I'm trying to talk here. So the unbiased reality is he just keeps on interrupting. So you can have a thought of like, okay, he obviously does not care about what I think, and he is like totally like ignoring me, he's blowing me off. That can be the thought. So the feeling that's going to create is frustration, anger, mad, and then the action that's going to the action that's going to that feeling is going to produce is fight back, be like, hello, can you just stop? And then the result is that then he's also going to feel attacked. So then both people are now like, oh, we're not collaborating on the garden anymore. Now we're like in this actual disagreement. He actually is like, I'm not going to pretend like he's not. Like, you don't have to pretend like, oh, no, he's totally not rushing me. I'm like, that is unbiased reality, right? But let's say the thought you had was, he is really, really excited about us doing this garden together. Or like, wow, this is so cute. I love how excited he is about our garden. Apparently, he's super excited about our garden. I had no idea that he was going to be super excited about the garden this year. Like, and just anyway, and I don't know if this is true for you, but I know in the past, like whenever I've tried to do garden, it's more of like I'm the one who's super excited about it, but there's been times where I think that me being excited about it and then like doing it and then like seeing the fruits of it, all of a sudden, sometimes like I know like my husband's gotten on board where he's all of a sudden super excited. So if it has caught you off guard, like I don't know if that's what it is, but either way, if you had a different thought of even if he is always has been excited about it, or maybe he is the one who's always, it doesn't really matter. any of the situation. It's more of just like, okay, so what's the thought? Is the thought, wow, he obviously does not care about me because he keeps interrupting me. That can be a thought. Or we can have a different thought of, oh my gosh, that is so stinking cute. He is like apparently really excited about this garden, you know? So the feeling that that's going to produce is one, it'll probably make you laugh. It'll just like genuine like love and admiration for him. Um, and then also like a willingness to like we can work through like I can just be like, babe, I appreciate that you're super excited about this. Can I share my idea? Um, so that's the action it's going to produce is more of just like, laughing, saying in like I really appreciate that, but can I say something now? And then the result is that he is going to feel seen, understood. You're going to get to feel seen and understood because he's not feeling attacked. He's still in his 80%. So now, like zooming out, going to the framework, instead of internal honesty, we're thinking about what is the unbiased reality, and then what are my thoughts and fears about the reality that's causing all these other feelings? If we are just like, okay, the unbiased reality is that he is interrupting me. And my thought is that he obviously doesn't care about anything that I have to say. And that's why I'm mad. That's what you would figure out inside of internal honesty. And now that we've like peeled it all apart and we've like sorted everything out, we take the unbiased reality and we say, how can I have a hopeful curiosity about that thing? In this situation, I already kind of said what a hopeful curiosity would be. The hopeful curiosity would be he like he must be really interested and like excited about this garden. So we can embrace that. So based on embracing, okay, he is excited about the garden. Then we shift. We shift what we say, we shift what we do. We shift from our 20% brain to our 80% brain because then rather than us feeling attacked, like he doesn't care about me, like I feel hurt, I feel afraid, I feel whatever. Now we feel, oh, okay, I actually am happy that he is excited about this with me. So those are all the things we're shifting. So then lift is that then when we have that other conversation where rather than going like, can you just stop interrupting me? Because then he starts to be in his 20% brain. Whereas before, he might not have even realized that he was doing it. So he was just like talking, 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 and here are all my ideas, blah, 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 blah. And he might not have even known, like intentionally, like I have every single time she says something, I like need to like stop her because I don't want her to talk, Whereas so often we can go there, our thoughts can go there where we can see what's happening and then we put a meaning to it. We put a thought to it. Where very often that thought is like, if you're being honest with yourself, do you really think that your husband was very much like, oh, uh-oh, she's talking. I don't want her to talk. Hurry, shut it down. Don't let her talk. I hate it when she talks. You know? Instead, it's like, let me have curiosity. Let me have this hopeful curiosity, something that I am not thinking right now or I don't know right now. And then embrace it, meet him where he's at. And so just so you know, what's really cool about Give Shift Lift is not only is it a process that we work through our hardships, but it's actually a pattern for our conversations. So anytime that you're wanting to like, you need to say something or have a conversation, you can actually say it as gift shiftlets. You can embrace them where they're at, meet them where they're at to show them you understand them and empathize with them. And then you can make the shift so that there can be a lift. So in this case, the way you would say that is you would say, honey, you're apparently like so excited about the garden and it's so cute. It's so cute how excited you are because I don't know if you've noticed, but like every time I try to say something, you're just like so excited about like the next idea. And I love it so much. Like I'm actually really excited about this next gardening season because like we are going to be like team mates, like go team go. I'm so excited. Um, I do have some ideas that I really, really want to share, and maybe we can like put our ideas together. So as much as I love that you're so excited, just give me a second to get through this idea so that we can keep planning it out together. So if I don't know if you noticed, but in that conversation, I literally had a gift, I had a shift, I had a lift. I met him where he was at. I made him feel embraced, understood. I had that hopeful curiosity. I embraced, I understood, met him there. Then I had the shift of like, let me share this idea. I think that this idea could go really, really well, even with your idea. You could have it different. Like you could even say it like that. That could be the shift. And then the lift is that so we can have like the best plan for this and we can be teammates moving forward. So again, it completely changes it because one, when you change your thought, you automatically change your feeling rather than me just being like, oh, well, just don't feel frustrated. Just don't be mad about that. Just don't be mad about him being, you know, that's one thing. But if we can change the thought about the reality, everything else gets easier. Everything else gets easier. Our feelings change, our actions change, and our results change. And again, rather than thinking of all of that, the simplest thing that you can do is just, again, internal honesty, gift, shift, lift. Internal honesty, what is the unbiased reality? What is my thought right now? Like, what's my fear? What's my, that's the internal honesty. Gift. What is the hopeful curiosity? Let me brainstorm other thoughts I can have. Let me think of other thoughts I can have to get me different feelings, actions, results. That's gift. Shift is, okay, now what are the different things I'm going to do? Lift so that, you can feel better, your husband can feel better, you guys can have a plan about the garden, and you don't have to leave feeling like, that was just like not good. Oh, and by the way, I was going to say, it's not too late. So if you feel like, oh, we already had the conversation, I wish you would have like been with me like an hour ago or yesterday or whatever. I want to say that it's never too late. Like actually, the most beautiful thing about relationships is actually moments like this when things haven't gone right and we didn't do it right the first time. And then we circle back and you can go to your husband even now and be like, hey, babe, I'm so sorry about like that kind of frustrating interaction that we had. Now looking back on it, I know that you were just so excited about the garden. And I think that I got really, really like upset about you interrupting me when really which I did want to share my idea, but I think that now I realize that you were just super excited. And I do love that you're excited. So keep being excited. I don't want this to be like a thing where now we like can't talk about the garden together because now like we think it's like a touchy subject. Like I don't want it to be like that. Like I actually really am excited that you're excited about the garden. I'm thankful that you like have ideas and I think that's so cute and I love it. So keep doing that. And I want us to keep, working on it together. Just having a conversation like that, he is going to be like, wow, like that's so cool. He's going to feel loved. And those are actually moments that build your relationship. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, I screwed it up. I messed it up. I'm like, nope, no, 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 no. Gift shift lift can help you with like literally anything. So in this, it's like embracing that this conversation happened. So now the unbiased reality is that the conversation already happened. That's the unbiased reality. It did happen. So now your thought can be, oh, now it's always going to be awkward. And now like, oh, now we just have to have this like horrible feeling in the air of our relationship. And now like whenever we talk about the garden, it's going to be like triggering or blah, 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 blah. Or we can take the unbiased reality that the conversation happened and we can have hopeful curiosity of how can this actually be something really great? How can this be something really great? We can have like awesome conversation right now about it. And then have that conversation and make the shift so that again you can have a lift. So anyway, hope that helps. It really is like it's just give shift lift all the time. And I know that okay, you're also in week 1, so please don't freak out. You're still in the stage for several more weeks. Like I don't even expect you to even be trying to do this on your own. Usually I would say it's around like week 5 or week 6 that like I start noticing like I'm like, you're doing it. Like I get and so be patient with yourself. Right now, I'm here for you. I like want to support you. I want to like help you see the gift. Like I would just want to show it to you. Like I just like want to show you, here's the gift shift left, here's the gift shift left, so that your brain can start to see it and don't even feel any pressure of doing it yourself right now. That seriously won't even be for several more weeks. So anyway, you're doing great. You're doing awesome. I'm so excited to like be here with you on this journey.